Hello, everyone. This is the HD podcast, and this is HD Sports, and we are going to give you an update on Euro 2024. What a tournament it's been so far. I've said to Aaron before I came on here that I've pretty much watched every single game as much as I can, and wow, it has been a tournament. Georgia, Turkey, yes, it was a brilliant game. Albania, Croatia earlier was a cracking end with Albania getting the equaliser. The only game I started to do that with was England, funnily enough, and Southgate ball. But we're gonna go through our reaction of game one. Basically, Germany battering Scotland. They've just won now as well against Hungary as we're live right now. Spain were convincing 3-0. They were my winners at the beginning.
Yep.
Harmony's dark horse were Holland. They started off with a win as well. However, Derry's dark horse Croatia were battered, and then they've just drawn to Albania. So not really a dark horse much going well for Derry, but just myself and Harmony tonight. We're going to go through our predictions, how our predictions are going, and what we think about the game so far. Ham, which game has been the game of the tournament so far for you?
I'll say, even though it was you wouldn't say competitive as people would have thought it would have been, but I would say the Spain and Croatia game.
Yeah.
The reason why I say this is because coming into this tournament, people had expectation of Spain to play well. Actually, I think I have two games. I'll say this one first, and I'll sing a second one. Everybody had this expectation of Spain to do well, but they didn't expect them to do that well because you gotta understand this team.
Apart from me.
Yeah, apart from you, but this team came from Xavi, Iniesta, Busquets. Like you had Torres. Who else was there? I can't remember the names now.
David Villa.
Iniesta,
Puyol, Ramos.
Puyol, that's it. Ramos. Oh my! That they had so many iconic legends of the game. You can even say some of the best players in that position to ever play the game. So to come from that, and you saw that the years that they had to go through where they really fell off in the international level. Now you're starting to see that young and fresh breed of players coming through. Your Lamine Yamal, your Williams, your Pedris, your Rodris coming in. They have all of these young players that just re-energize the team. And what they did to Croatia that game was just unreal to see. Because we thought Croatia was going to come into this game, play really well, because they always do well in tournaments. Let's be honest, they always do well in tournaments. For the last two, three tournaments, they have done really, really well. Always either progress to the finals or semi-finals. That's how well they've been doing. So we just thought it would be the same. But the way Spain dismantled them, and those two young players that they had on the wings, is just that was one of the games that I would say was one of the games of the tournament so far. And also,
it's gonna be
I'll bring up the Germany one, but I'm gonna let you answer, and then I'll talk about the Germany game as well.
The Turkey Georgia for me. Georgia was just because you know what, these games, right? These teams like Georgia and Romania, right? They're coming into this tournament thinking, what have they got to lose? And that is the attitude they've come with in these games, and that's what I loved about it, because Georgia-Turkey game, Georgia really give it to them. I know they lost in the end, but they could have got easily an equaliser at the end.
100%.
And it was on the breakaway that Turkey made it 3-1, but that was a very good game. Georgia gave it to them. Romania were really good against Ukraine, if I'm honest. They defended well, and then when they went 1-0 up, they sort of like said, hang on a second, we can get another here. And they did do it for it, and that's what this tournament's about. That's what international tournaments are about. Especially teams like that, they need to go for it. If England had that mindset that Romania had and Georgia had, just go for it. Just really put your effort in.
We'll get onto them lot guys later. We'll get to them later. We'll get on. England's gonna be a whole nother conversation, but we'll talk about that.
When everyone's ready for bed.
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect sleep. Yeah. But Georgia Turkey for me, it was a good one. In terms of the game ones, Germany were good against Scotland. They were not bad earlier. They weren't bad earlier against Hungary. They were better against Scotland, but is that more on Scotland being shit than Germany being good as well? France, a bit iffy. They're a bit iffy. the Mbappe news, obviously, that's massive.
Yeah, but I think he'll be back. He'll be back for
Group
the
stage.
third
He's
game.
back.
Yeah,
He's back for knockouts if they get through to knockouts, which is more than likely now.
yeah, they're going to.
So let's start with our winners. Let's start with our winners.
Yeah.
Mine was Spain. You just spoken about Spain being very convincing. My winners from the start, but obviously there's still 2 games left to go in the group stage and got to get through yet. But that's a good start for my team. Yours with France, good start for them. Well, with a win on the board, not convincing, but a win on the board, and it's probably one of the toughest teams in there to play against. You've got Holland and Poland left to play France, so they pretty much go through with France. And then who did Downey pick for winner? Portugal, wasn't it?
I think it's Portugal.
Sorry. You picked. Yeah, you picked. Sorry, who did it?
France, and then he picked
Portugal, wasn't it?
Portugal. I think. Yeah, I think it was Portugal.
Portugal again won't convincing last night.
Nah, they should have lost that
They
game.
won't
Really,
convince
truly.
last night at all.
They should have either. They actually not even lost. They should have drew the game. To be fair to you,
Mm.
it was just one crucial mistake, a little slip in the box that gave the guy the opportunity. But yeah, they did not look.
That keeper, wasn't it? A keeper. I don't know what he was trying to do there.
Yeah, I don't know what he
was doing. Why he's trying to punch it out.
Yeah,
he could have caught it. I didn't get that, but yeah. So it's a good start for all 3 of us. Wins.
Yep.
But some more than convincing than the others.
Yeah, way more. I think you're in a good position because I think Spain is only going to keep building from here and going forward, because I don't see why they can't replicate what they did to Croatia, to any other teams in their group, because their group is not a hard group, really and truly, and the way Spain plays as well, it's not like you'll be like, oh yeah, because the next team they'll be playing, they'll be sitting back. Bro, they got technicians in that midfield that can literally break down plays. And they got 2 wingers. It's not just they're going to run behind. They're going to come short, receive the ball, link up play. So they got a great mixture of great technical midfield and a workhorse as well, which is Rodri. And they have 2 wingers that are not just the running to behind. They can come in short, receive it, link up with the midfield and get in behind as well. So it's like, I don't think a low block is going to be a problem for them, really.
And they don't seem like they can burn out either, because they play good football, but they play a bit relaxed.
Yeah.
They did against Croatia. They seemed a bit relaxed, and they weren't like all out, guns blazing, tire them out. 100%. So I think there's still more to come for them.
Yeah.
Also, your France, you said it was going to be easy. This is easy, this tournament. France wins it.
I think with France, I think is I'm not really worried, because I feel like the first game is always is better to just get out of the way. Yeah, it's always going to be that, especially because you're playing a team that's going to play defensively, and you got to remember France has got pace in the wing up front, and a lot of those players, they just love to run in behind. They don't really like to drop in, receive the ball, link up with the midfield, and then have those players that are running from the channels coming in like this to create space for the either the fullbacks or the midfields to run into that, to make that deep dark run that Bellingham loves to do. So I'm not really worried. I think the only thing that's gonna worry me is when they become too reliant on Kylian Mbappe. That's the only concern that I'll have when it comes to France, because they got way too many great players.
I didn't get their team. Like Marcus Thuram was poor up front.
Yeah.
On left, he was very, very poor. I'm surprised. Like, I don't know why they don't stick with Giroud up front and then Mbappe, Griezmann.
Yep.
And Moani sat on bench as well.
Yeah.
Dembele he's just fast.
He's lost so much. I think the injuries have really, because you remember this guy is he's only like 24, 25.
Yeah.
So he's still a young player, and I think the injuries he's had over his careers have really, really either knocked his confidence or just taken that bit of spark that he had when he first burst into the scene for Dortmund. Because when this guy first burst into the scene, you're thinking, oh my gosh, like this guy, there was actually even debates saying who's better between him or Kylian Mbappe. And a lot of people were actually picking between him and Kylian, saying that he was better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's how good he was. And I think people tend to forget that because of all the injuries and the way he's been performed the last couple of years. He was a great player. Can he get back to that same player? I don't know. Does he have the ability to? 100%. But I think it's all up in the mindset. If he can, get out of his mind the injuries and just focus on, getting back to the player that we know that he can get and be, I think yeah, he'll
You
be a
know what?
problem.
You know what? Sort of like swayed me to think, oh, France have actually got a good chance now.
Well,
Is the performance of Kante? You know,
yeah, I was about to speak on him. I was
because that
about to speak.
Kante is the Kante that wins these competitions.
Yeah, he.
Is an
You know what?
engine. Is an absolute engine.
I look at him, yeah, and I think there's an argument to be had that he's probably the best defensive midfielder the Premier League has ever seen. There's an argument there, and I think if anybody said that he was, I wouldn't argue with them, and if anybody said that he wasn't, then I wouldn't argue. But I would definitely put him in top five.
He's definitely got it. Yeah, Dave. Easy,
Yeah,
easy.
he's easy top
Let's go
five
through them.
best
Let's go through them.
midfielders.
All right then. Kante. So who else we got up there? Fernandinho,
Fernandinho,
Makalele,
Makelele, definitely.
Fabinho, possibly top five.
I don't know. I put Vieira ahead of him. I put Keane. I
Would
put
you classify
Roy
Vieira?
Keane.
Yeah, Keane's definitely there. Yeah, but would you
Yeah,
classify Vieira as a fully DM?
I think he was because you got him back then. It was 4-4-2-2. It was I mean wait
It's
yeah
even Gilberto Silva at one point, wasn't it? Gilberto Silva.
4-4-2. I think they were playing 4-4-2 back then.
4-4-2. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
So he had to kind of be a defensive midfielder and a box to box as well.
yeah.
But if you really look at him, you can see that the matchup was between him and Roy Keane.
Keane,
They were the two destroyers in that team. That you were almost the two blockers. So I think that you can definitely cross Vieira as a defensive midfielder, in
So
that
Kante
aspect of
get.
it.
I can't put Kante above Vieira though. I know
Yeah,
unless you
but
actually classify him as proper DM, like Vieira's just a proper, like, you know what I'm saying? It's different era, isn't it? He didn't really play DM as a DM the way they do now.
yeah,
Specifically, a defensive midfielder, then Kante is better.
I think if you look at it in this way, like Kante he was one of those guys. He would destroy, pick up the ball, run 10, 15 yards, play it, and let you do what you got to do with the ball. You know what I mean? He wasn't a guy that's going to take you. That was going to grab the ball, run, pass, and then try run into the box and try to finish. You know what I'm trying to say? He destroys. If he can play the first time pass, he'll play. If he can carry the ball and 10, 15 yards and then release it, he can do that. And when I watch Kante, it's not just so much about the fact that he runs a lot. It's the way he's positioning and the rate that he can recover from let's say he's behind an attacker. The speed of his recovery is unreal for a short person. It is actually unreal, especially that against who were they playing? Who was the first game again?
Yeah.
Austria. There was a chance where Austria broke, yeah, and their player was
That was
ahead.
late on, that one. Was that late
Yeah,
on?
yeah. Later on in that game where they could have drawn 1-1.
Yeah.
And his recovery pace was so ridiculous. It got to the point where he ran so far ahead of the guy that he missed the ball and he had to recover and play the ball again. That's how fast his recovery pace is. And people thought that he lost that because he went to Saudi and wherever. No, this guy has it. I don't know why no other big club went for him because this guy still had it. That engine, you don't lose that engine just out of nowhere. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I'll definitely put him up there. I'll say top five, like DMs in the Premier League ever.
Wait, top scorers as well. Let's go through top scorers. Our top scorers.
Yeah.
Who your top scorers? Mbappe, your top scorer.
I chose Griezmann, but now I want to change my one. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did choose
Yeah, I
Griezmann.
chose
Yeah, you did.
Griezmann.
Yeah, you did. No, you can't change that. You
I want
can't.
to change my one now.
You chose Griezmann.
I don't
At
like
least
my
he
pick
played, but
anymore. I don't like my
you chose
pick. You
Griezmann.
know why I picked him? Because I thought it was gonna be Giroud, Mbappe, Griezmann, and then whoever it is that's gonna play on the right.
But
Yeah,
then again,
because
Griezmann is playing 10, so he's getting positions to do.
yeah,
There's still time left. There's still time left. It's only the first game.
but you gotta
Griezmann still got
remember,
a chance.
I think Griezmann works a lot when Giroud's in there because Giroud will drop into the midfield to link up, and that gives him a chance to make those overlapping runs. But with Mbappe now, Mbappe doesn't do that.
No.
Mbappe stays up. So what Griezmann has to do is he has to receive the ball, play to Mbappe, and then run. But at that time on, the defender's already seen him running. But when you have what's his name, Giroud coming in, that forces the defender to either follow
You got a
him.
chance now though with Mbappe injured for 2 games.
Yeah, he has a chance now. Yeah. But I'm worried about it later on in the tournament. So they can be
Mm.
in the group stage, fair enough. But later on in the tournament, I'm worried. Is DJ Deschamps going to continue with this tactic, or is he going to go back to putting Giroud up there and having Mbappe on the left and then whoever on the right to because Mbappe is going to drift in. He likes drifting in and cutting in and taking the shots and outside the box or trickery, and then shoots.
Derry
So it
picked
depends.
Bruno. If I'm honest, Bruno last night in terms of play though, he was the best player on the pitch,
Yeah, by far.
and that's me being a Liverpool fan here. Like
By
I
far.
can't stand the guy. Him and Vitina were clear of everyone in terms of ability.
No,
He created
Vitinha.
absolutely everything last night, Bruno. Absolutely
Yeah.
everything.
Honestly, Vitinha, I think I was surprised to see Vitinha where he's playing. He's become some sort of player because when PSG bought him, I was thinking, who's this guy? And I watched him because I was watching PSG because
Porto, he
Messi was
buy from
there.
Porto, wasn't
Yeah, I think it was
he?
Porto. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. So I was watching PSG a lot because of Messi, obviously. And I was like, oh, well, like, why did they buy this guy? I never understood it. Because he's basically the central replacement for Rafa Varane. Varane? Well, I can't remember his
Right.
name. Yeah.
Marco Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So um yes, I was thinking, why did they buy him? But when I'm watching him now, I'm thinking, wow, yeah, now I'm starting to understand why
He
they
can
bought the
drive with
guy.
the ball, can't he? He can drive with the
Yeah,
ball.
he's a good player, man. I can see a player in there,
But yeah,
definitely.
no goal. No goal for Derry's Bruno. No goal for yours. But a goal for mine. But he got a
Who
goal
did
on
you pick
Friday.
again?
Kai Havertz.
Kai Havertz.
But he
Yeah.
got a goal on Friday, but he didn't get a goal today. Musiala's on 2 now.
Oh, he is
But
unreal.
Musiala was, I want to big Derry up for this because Musiala was Derry's young player of the tournament. He has been
Yeah.
sensational today and the other day.
He was man, Lamine Yamal, wasn't it?
Yamal with me, we
Yeah.
both Yamal for that.
Yeah. I think that was my pick, wasn't it? I think that was
He
my
had a good
pick,
game
yeah.
anyway. He had a good game for Spain anyway, so
Yeah.
we've still got a
Yeah.
chance in that one.
Yeah, Musiala is yeah, I think there's an argument to be had when it comes to between him and Bellingham. I can see a reason why people will pick him over Bellingham.
Yeah. Well, Derry
Because
said he's better than Bellingham.
yeah, I
When
can
we do the
see it.
predictions.
I can fully see it because I think he has so much more to his game. And not to say that Bellingham doesn't have so much more to his game, but I think the way he can carry the ball, the way he can dribble past players, and he can still make those darting runs that Bellingham makes, and he can finish as well.
He can't finish.
So I think he's more I want to say
Oh, but
defensively. I
Bellingham
think
got
he's
a good performance the other night as well. Man of
yeah,
the match.
yeah, yeah. So I think he's an excellent player, man. If Liverpool can get that guy, that would be unbelievable. But I know
Mate,
that's not
don't waste
going
your
to be
breath. Do
possible.
not waste your breath.
Yeah,
He
I
ain't got
know.
the
I know it's
ambition
not going to
to
happen. But
think about me. We
yeah,
should be going out there and saying, "Oh, here's like 80 million, 100 million. Here's for Musiala." If they say no, try again. If we got someone
yeah,
like Musiala, honestly, this is the ambition that someone like Liverpool should have.
yeah.
I know Bayern Munich big
I think
club,
he's in his
but
last year of the contract as well. So you can
he's
definitely get
talented.
him. Yeah.
Chelsea had him. They had Hazard.
Hmm.
They had him, De Bruyne and Salah, and
Yeah.
let them go. And Cole Palmer. Sorry, not Cole Palmer. They've got Cole Palmer now, haven't they? But yeah, Chelsea had
Mm.
Musiala.
Yeah.
We said for player of the tournament. So young player of the tournament, us two had Yamal, Derry had Musiala. We had player of the tournament. I had Pedri.
Hmm.
I think who you had player of
I
the
think
tournament.
I picked Mbappe. I think it was Mbappe.
Yeah, you might have done. You might have done. And then
Yeah, I
Derry
think it was Mbappe.
picked. Who did Derry pick player of the tournament? Wow, I don't even know who Derry picked now for player of the tournament.
Yeah, I don't remember what he picked.
Either way, I think they've all started really well in terms of what was said about them. Mbappe went amazing last night, but
Yeah.
he'll come back. It's going to be hard for him to get played tournament now, missing 2 games. But if you're a match winner in the big games, then it don't really matter. Does it? Dark horses. Who are your dark horse? The Netherlands won it today. Started
Holland.
well.
I
Started
chose Holland.
well. They weren't
Yeah.
amazing. They weren't amazing.
I think they played better than I thought they would have. They actually played so much better, and I was worried about their attacking prowess. But watching their attacking prowess, Gakpo was electric on the left hand side. that's the Gakpo that we wanted to see when we
That's the
bought him
guy
from
should be playing on
PSV.
left
Yeah,
wing. Yeah.
yeah. He is like, you can see when he's playing on that left hand side, you can see the guys coming alive now. You know, it's almost like it's so natural to him because that's what he normally played anyway. So it becomes natural to him. It comes when he runs with the ball, when he takes on the player, when he shoots. That his link up play on the left hand side as well is so good. So it's an encouraging sign for a Liverpool fan. Like for me, I was so happy. I was like, oh my gosh, so this is what we can get from him if we play him on the left hand side instead of playing him as a false nine, where it takes away of a lot of his abilities to
Yeah.
create and
Yeah.
kind of distract defenders and defensive systems as well. And he gives us a whole different dynamic because Diaz is more give him the ball or running behind. Gakpo is I can come in, link up play, running
Yeah. Yeah.
behind,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
give me the ball, I'll attack the guy. I can go in, I
And
can
he's a
go
better
out.
finisher. And he's better finishing.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, yeah. I'm happy with my dark horse. I'm happy with my dark horse.
So
I'll say.
far, yeah. Yeah.
Very happy. Yeah.
Derry was Croatia. Pretty much
Mhm.
doomed. Doomed.
Right now, yeah, it's not looking good for them. They need to win
They
the next
lost.
2 games.
They've got no. The due today, didn't they, against Albania?
Yeah, so they got one more. They have one more game or 2 more games.
They've got one more game now. They've got
One
Italy
more game.
left.
Yeah, so they have to win that too if they want to
They
get.
lost. They lost to Spain 3-0.
Spain, yeah.
Due to Albania today 2-2,
Mhm.
and they've got Italy left. And yeah, they're pretty much knackered.
Yeah.
Croatia. My dark horse was Austria, who, and my surprise at the tournament as well was Ralph Rangnick being the manager of Austria, and the way
Yeah.
they played the other night against France
Yeah.
was very, very impressive. Very, very
Encouraging.
impressive.
Yeah. Very
And
encouraging.
I think they deserve more than a 1-0 loss. I do think they deserve at least something out of that game, the way they played. And I just knew the way Ralph Rangnick played. I knew they'd been playing well, Austria. They've been talked about for quite a bit. And that's why I thought it's going to be a surprise if people aren't going to realise who's this manager? This is that dud that Man United had for a little bit. But he's actually a decent coach. He's got a decent vision. He presses.
Great manager.
He presses with. He has good football, and Austria showed that the other night. They played some brilliant football. The press was unbelievable. France couldn't really deal with it most of the time, but again, France got the better players. But I still think Austria will go through. Who they've got in that group? Holland is in that group. It's all Holland and Poland. But I can see Austria beating Holland.
I don't see
the battle of the dark horses between mine and yours in that.
Yeah. That's going to be interesting. That's the next game, isn't it? That is the next game. Holland and Austria.
Possibly. I don't know, actually.
I think it is. Let me check the fixtures. Let me check. I
Unless
think it is the next game.
I'm sure Austria might have Poland next. I don't know, actually. I'm sure Austria's got Poland next. Might not be. But they've got France Holland next.
So tomorrow is Italy versus Spain.
Yeah.
And then also tomorrow
England's group, isn't it?
Yeah, England's group.
It'd be Friday with France one.
Yeah, yeah. So it'll be Friday. Yeah.
They play Monday.
Okay, so Holland is playing France, and then afterwards they're playing Austria.
Austria, Poland.
So
Austria,
I think it's going to
Austria beat Poland.
Yeah. If Lewandowski doesn't come back, then I can see them losing.
See, Austria beat Poland, and it's down to then Holland and Austria in the final game.
Yeah, so it depends if Holland beats France, then it doesn't matter if they play Austria, they can lose. They'll still go through.
Yeah.
But if they draw against France, that means they either have to win or draw against Austria, and they'll still go through because they'll have 4 points. Austria will have 3 points because they lost.
Yeah.
But if they lose against France, they have to win against Austria. So that's where
I think they can get a draw. I think you can go through on 4 points and you can get through thirds. Some thirds can get through.
Oh yeah, third. That's it. But you don't want that. You don't want that because that means that's just an extra game for you, an extra game, and you're guaranteed to get one of the hardest teams in the next next round anyway. So there's no point. You don't want to do that. So
I think Austria can. I think Austria can come second in that group. I think they can beat Holland. I do.
Yeah. Well, that's
they can top by goal difference. I don't know if it goes on goal difference or head to head in this competition. I don't know. It's probably head to head, isn't it? Normally,
I think it's head to head. Yeah. I think it's head to head.
So they need France to lose, wouldn't they? At least one from top.
Yeah.
Well, weren't feel surprised. What were your surprise now? Yours was Italy to knock out a big team. That was That's yet to come, though. That'll be further down the line. I wasn't impressed
Yeah.
by Italy either. They were like, by the way.
But who I was impressed by? Chiellini.
Oh, yeah.
He
He
looked,
doesn't lose much, does he?
yeah, he looked like the old guy that, the guy that we know that plays on the wing, that was, dominating the Italian
Bastoni was
league.
good as well. Bastoni was very good.
Yeah. Bastoni was really good.
And you know what? People had a go at Chiesa the other night, but I thought Chiesa was pretty decent, you know.
That's what
I
that's
think
what
I
I'm talking about. Chiesa, that's it. Yeah. Chiesa, I think he was actually good. He was actually really good. I think he won player of the match as well. He won man of the match. Yeah.
You did, Chiesa.
Yeah, I think he was. I think it was him that won it for Italy.
I know he played. I watched it all now. I thought he played all right, you know. I thought he was.
Yeah.
I don't think he comes inside enough to what he should do. If he stays really wide for some reason, they don't see that kind of player to be wide. He's not like a right footed. It's a left footed right wing, isn't it? So it should cut inside a bit more often. But in terms of going forward now, then some of our predictions are looking okay. Some of them, mainly Derry, is looking a bit dodgy. Apart from Musiala call, for a young player, the tournament has been incredible. Top goal scorer, I'm leading that at the moment with Kai Havertz. Winner, Spain, France, and Portugal, all start with win, so looking okay. Dark horse, Austria lost, but started well.
Yeah,
Dark horse won. Derry's dark horse is pretty much done. It's now a fallen horse instead of a dark horse. It's now a fallen horse. It's fallen at the first hurdle. Imagine, basically Derry's done a dark horse in the Grand National, right? And it's basically it's waiting all morning for the Grand National to start. It's just done at the first fence.
First fence, yeah, can't get over it.
Yeah, done at the first fence.
All right. Well, you never know. Stranger things have happened. So
they need to beat Italy and up somehow.
Yeah. You never know. We'll see.
Hope Italy don't get a result tonight. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, they did draw.
They're playing tomorrow. Italy's playing tomorrow.
Italy's tomorrow against Leeds. Yeah.
I guess Spain.
Last one tonight. Switzerland, Scotland's last one tonight. So that'll be an interesting one. Scotland need to somehow save their.
Yep.
Their Euros already. 5-1 down.
They have to win. They have to win this game for them to.
They didn't even have a shot against Germany, you know, Scotland.
That's
the goal was no goal.
I was surprised that they didn't play that well, to be fair to you. Because coming into the tournament, they actually looked quite well. Like the way they've been playing the last couple of games, they've been performing well. So I was really, really surprised to see like the way they've actually performed against Germany. But what really surprised me in that game is the way the link up in that German midfield is so ridiculous. How do you have Musiala? You have what's that guy's name from
Bayern Leverkusen?
Yeah, him. You have Gundogan. You have
Toni Kroos.
Oh my gosh! Like they just have this. That is so.
They've they had Muller to come on, didn't they? Gnabry still on the bench and Sané on the bench. Is Sané on the bench? Sané's on the bench.
Yeah,
did these players on the bench to come on?
Yeah, he was on the bench. Yeah, he was on the bench. Yeah.
That could still change the game as well. Let's talk before we do go. Let's talk about England.
Yes.
Just for those, just if you are tuning in right now, please lay down yourself down on a pillow, get comfy, put your nightcap on,
and pray.
Put your night glasses on. You know the eye masks over your face. Enjoy your nice sleep because this is about this about 5 minutes is about England. So it's better than ASMR. Is this talking about England because it will get you to sleep as quicker than ASMR. It will get you to sleep better than whatever relaxing videos you watch. This is the one for you. This is the sleep one. England.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get the stats off of England. So go on.
Don't need stats for this shit. I think you don't see Kane's stats. He probably had like 5 touches. I don't even know if Kane even played. Although to be honest, Kane when he did do something, he did all right with holding the ball up. But it just I can't believe he kept Kane on all game. To be honest, it needed something different. Anyway, what about Trent in midfield?
Before I
Because
get
you
into
and
that,
Derry
actually,
pushing Trent in midfield, I still think is right back.
before I get into that, actually, what I will say is England. This is the problem with England. Yeah,
It starts with S and ends with E, and it's
nah,
not shite.
it,
It just
it's
means the same thing. Go on.
it's this is the problem with England. It starts off with the media overhyping the potential of this team and selling like this because they coming into the tournament they were saying that England was the favourites to win it, which I did
They
not
still
believe.
are. They still are. They're still joint favourites in France.
Which is crazy. I don't get how they are. It makes no sense at all. It's ridiculous for them to be even favourites to win it because what they achieved for them to be favourites to win anything. So that's number one. And another thing is the manager that they choose to appoint to manage a squad of players that have abundance of talent, but he doesn't know how to use them. And another thing is this whole players being protected by pundits and medias and not being actually held accountable for their actual actions. And I say that in terms of this. You saw Harry Kane, the way he was playing was not great. But you chose to keep him on because he's the captain and he's England's darling. You get rid of you sub him off and everybody's going crazy. How could he sub off Kane? Oh my gosh, he doesn't know what he's doing. Okay, cool. You're playing Foden on the left. Okay, I get it. Foden plays on the left for Man City. But you got to understand, the reason why he can play in that system is because Pep designed that system to fit a player like Foden to be able to thrive in that position.
Yeah.
Foden is an attacking midfielder. He's not a left winger. But the only reason why he looks great in the left wing is because the way Man City is so
Yeah.
fluid
Pep
in
does
the
it that much.
transition, it makes it easy for him to work in that left-hand side. But you don't have that same system in England. So why would you think putting a player that is a system player, you can say that because the way this Man City system suits him to thrive the way he does, he can't do that for England. For England, he has to play his natural position. You can't put him out on the left, expect him to give him the same results when the movement up front is not the same.
No.
You know what I mean? And another thing is, I'm looking at this year, this England team, we have to start looking at it and be like, bro, it doesn't matter what your name is. It doesn't matter how many goals you've scored in the season. If you're playing crap, you're coming off.
Yeah.
That's how it should be, period. Not worrying about, nah, it's Harry Kane. He can do no. He's performing badly, take him off. Drew Benham, I don't want to take him. He's a big name. I can get a lot of slack on this on the media. No, he's not performing, take him off. It doesn't matter who it is because we've got
You
enough
know,
great players on the bench that can do jobs as well.
I think ruins Foden is when you said it there, it's a different player up front with Harry Kane. Harry Kane
Yeah.
comes back to receive the ball. When at Man City, Haaland makes runs and creates space.
Mm-hmm.
When Harry Kane comes back, it's clustered in there, especially when Bellingham's in 10. Trent was moving practically in a 10 most of the game.
Exactly.
Saka was in there as well. And Saka the only one in terms of that forward line that'll play class. Bellingham played really good as well, actually. I do got to give Bellingham props, especially the first half. Second half, he sort of dropped off a little bit. The first half, he was brilliant.
I'll say Saka was the best player on that England pitch.
Saka and Rice.
By far.
Saka and Rice.
Yeah, by far. They were the best players. Like, it wasn't even close.
But the fact that Kane didn't come off at all when we've got Watkins on the bench, Tony on the bench, is crazy. Because I think Watkins or Tony would make them runs behind and create that space for people like Bellingham, people like Tony. Kane doesn't know that. He comes back, he plays like a false nine, weirdly.
False nine, yeah.
It's like plays like false nine, and he comes back and Foden isn't like that winger like Mane was or Salah was, where he worked at Firmino with Liverpool. Yeah, it's a bit mad that that didn't that they can't see that as coaches or even the manager can't see that. As much as Kane's got to play it, unless if Kane does play, then you need to play further than 10 and Bellingham come back. And then put someone like Anthony Gordon on wing, proper winger for balance. Because Saka on one wing and Foden on the wing, what kind of balance is that? There's totally different kind of. They're not. Saka's a winger. Foden's an attacking midfielder playing out wide. He's like an inside forward.
Makes no sense.
That's not balance at all. It's not balance at all. You need to play like Gordon on the wing. Even Palmer, at least Palmer can actually play on the wing. If anyone else.
You know what I found weird? It was, I can't remember, they were playing a friendly. England was playing a friendly. And you saw Trent from the midfield dropping it in between the two centre-backs. So creating three at the back. You had Kyle Walker pushing up. You had Trippier pushing up. And Trent was just dictating the ball. He was almost like a deep line playmaker. That's what he was doing. But in this game, he had Rice receiving the ball and distributing it. And Trent was playing so far up.
You're playing alongside Bellingham.
Yeah. I was why is he there? That's not his strength.
It made no sense.
Made no sense at all. What he all basically did, he basically just clustered the midfield because Foden would have came in, you would have had Kane coming in, and there's so much space that no one's running to. And so when Trent receives the ball, it's like he looks up. There's nothing there. There's nothing to aim at. There's nothing to play. He has to go back, and then he has to recycle to the other side, and then it just didn't make no sense.
They played like a 4-1-4-1, and Rice was on his own all game.
It made no sense at all, and I was like, why would you take away? Yeah, you just took away the biggest asset of your team, Trent, in terms of he can distribute the ball in ways that there's no other players in the team. Rice can't do that. So why are you having him receive the ball from the centre backs and trying to distribute the ball? You should have him hold a little bit in front of Trent, and then when Trent drops in, him and Bellingham, they're basically playing the pivot. Bellingham will be a little bit high up. He'll be sitting there to receive the ball from Trent to pass. That's what he should be doing. Not having Trent playing all the way up there. It's just, all the tactics just did not make any sense at all. And it's just starting to show like the lack of quality of management when it comes to Southgate.
Yeah.
You know, it's showing more and more and more and more. Because I guarantee you give this England team to any, let me say top manager, any good manager.
Graham Potter.
Give it to Graham Potter. Give it to bloody De Zerbi. But I promise you, this England team will cook because there's so much talent in this England team.
Yeah.
It's unreal. And it's almost like it's almost going back to that the stage when we used to play Paul Scholes on the left hand side when this guy was in the midfielder.
Yeah.
It started to give me that vibe. You had Gerrard, you had Lampard, and then you had Scholes on the left hand side or Scholes on the like. What are you doing?
He played Gerrard out on left as well. He played Gerrard out on left quite a few times.
It actually makes no sense. It does not make any sense. Like, I don't know, man. I think, and I was even thinking that. Imagine if Pep Guardiola was managing this team, oh my gosh, I'll feel sorry for the rest of. I'll feel sorry for anybody that plays against England.
Well, last time England actually had a good manager. Like Capello was good before he came in. Like he had a good CV and stuff, but he still didn't suit England as a thing. When last time they had a manager, Venables all right? Was it all right? Not really, but they've never had a proper manager. We need that manager.
Nah, they haven't. And England has not really produced great managers these last couple of years for them to be like, okay, we can use this guy.
Well, Eddie Howe's a good manager. If they're going to go for someone English, if they go stick with English, then Eddie Howe's a good shout for manager. Potter's all right, but I think Eddie Howe's the one in terms of English managers. If he had to choose an English manager, if not, choose a foreign manager. But for English, I think Eddie Howe's the one for me. He's actually doing quite all right at Newcastle.
He is.
Played good football at Bournemouth.
No, he is. That's true. I just think that England is. I feel like England is cursed right now, man. They just can't get anything right. You have abundant of talent in front of you on the bench, and you still don't know how to use these players. And you're the same guy that goes to the matches, watching them play, and yet you still have no clue of how to use them. Like, how does that make any sense? Like, really? Like, it's just stupidity. Like, what? I can go watch Foden and be like, okay, I see why he works on the left hand side, but I'm not going to play for the left hand side for England because I don't play that style.
Yeah, unless you play a Pep Guardiola style, then
Yeah.
and have a striker like Haaland that's going to make runners, that going to have runners and create space for Foden, create space for De Bruyne and stuff. But yeah,
Like, it doesn't make any sense, man. Like, you don't have a De Bruyne in your team to help out with this. You don't have a Bernardo Silva in your team. So why are you playing a player that plays with all of these? He needs all of these pieces for him to do what he does on the pitch, but you don't have those players, or you don't play that particular style for this guy to thrive. It doesn't make any sense at all. So
um,
I don't know, man.
before we
I
do
don't
go
know.
there, before I do go, what's your prediction for tomorrow? Well, if this comes out tonight, if I do release it tonight, it will be tomorrow.
Yeah.
If I release it in the morning, it's later today. What's the prediction for the Denmark England game?
Uh, Denmark actually done well for in their first game as well, so it's not going to be an easy game for England.
What did Denmark do first game? Didn't they draw?
I
The
think
Jew.
I think they won. No, they won their game.
The Jew on
They
one.
won.
I'm sure Slovenia got equaliser.
No, they won their game. They won the game because they got 3 points. Yeah, they won their game. Actually,
I
no, the
don't know.
drew. No, the drew. The drew. The
The
drew. The
Jew.
drew.
The Jew on one
Yeah, the
against
drew.
Slovenia.
Yeah.
Because they were poor. No, I thought Denmark were very poor. Oh yeah, that was another one of mine, wasn't it? Surprising tournament. Other one to watch. Benjamin Sesko was class.
Yeah.
Benjamin Sesko was my one to watch. Yours was who was your one to watch?
I don't even remember now.
Trent. It was Trent.
Yeah, I think it was Trent.
And Derry was Soboslai. And
Yeah,
Soboslai did poor.
he's
But
not been performing as well. I can see a 2-1 win for England against Denmark. And I hope it's going to be a great game for England as well, personally. But I can see them winning.
yeah,
The 2-1 win.
I say you want to say like 3-1 or 3-0 because they've got capabilities of scoring that many goals, but on Southgate it's just boring, man. It literally, like I said at the beginning, it's been the only boring game so far. The France one the other night were quite boring. Other than that, they've all been quite
The
exciting.
first one, it was boring, but there was some sort of entertainment to it as well because
Yeah, the France
you
one, yeah,
remember that.
yeah.
There was
Not
it was
one
always
like
it was back and
England
forth,
just
back and
that's it.
forth.
England got the one lead, and the rest of the game I was just like, what the
Yeah, I could have finished the game too, fair to you. I could have finished.
But I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'm gonna go 3-1. And I'm gonna go 3-1. I haven't said that. I'm gonna go 3-1.
Yeah, I'm sticking to my 2-1 prediction. I think England will score, but I don't think um
Think
I
about
don't
thinking about all our predictions that we've predicted, like winners, top goal scorer. Which one do you think is looking the best right now? I know it's only one game in, but which one do you think is the best?
I think the young players of the tournament.
So Musiala and Yamal. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good shout. That there is
Yeah.
Musiala's a very good shout.
Yeah, and I think also the dark horses as well, they're looking good as well. So I think
Oh,
those are the two ones.
apart from Croatia,
Yeah.
we won't mention that. We won't mention Croatia once there if you're watching this. We won't mention Croatia once in this.
Nah. Apart from his selection, our selection is looking good. At this point, that way, yeah, our selection is looking good. So I think those are the two things that I really want to change my top goal score, but I'm gonna stick with Griezmann. Hopefully, he
Got to
doesn't
go for
improve.
it now. You got that's it.
Yeah, no, I can't change it, but it's
You've
fine.
dipped your hand in. You got to pick whatever out.
Hopefully, he does improve.
I thought my
Yeah.
Havertz started well, but then today I hadn't scored. I thought he'd score against Hungary. Musiala's now on 2. So
Yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens, man. I think right now the group stages is good, but I think I'm gonna start really, really, really. I think the tournaments are really gonna heat up when it gets to the last 16 quarterfinals. that is when the tournament is going to start. That's when we're going to start seeing who's really up for it and who really isn't.
Everyone that is watching the HD podcast, please get your comments in, like to the channel, subscribe to the channel, get your notification bells on as well. We're going to be producing more content like this as well, talking about the Euros, talking about much more things in sports. This is the HD Sports section of the HD podcast. It's just a little section that I made the other week to prolong the podcast and give you more content as well.
Mm-hmm.
We're covering Euro 2024 now. That is a special on the day, game one so far the tournament. Going through our predictions that we did at the beginning of the tournament, but we've also got some incredible content coming out soon as well. We've got a new episode of the podcast coming out later on this week, and we've got a special guest episode next week, which we will be recording this weekend. I'll be telling Harmony about that in a second. So we will be having some great content coming out. Make sure you do like this channel. Make sure you do like the video. Subscribe to the channel and get your notification bell on, because we are creating something special right here.